This one is definitely how I feel. Now, as you know, I love the horrors of Dracula. Classic. Prince of Darkness didn't think it was as bad as what people made it out to be, and Dracula Returns from the Grave is a damn good one of Christopher Lee's. However, this one is a step down. It's a step down, I'm going to be open. I do like it though. I don't think it's as bad as, let's say, Dracula 72, or I'd say A Dick, or Dracula the Pacific Rim Job. As we all know, it's called Pacific Rights. I don't think they're as bad as them, but I'm not going to dilute this one. That is called Taste the Ass of Dracula. Taste his balls, taste his doodass, taste his fucking whatever you want to call it. Fuck it, I'll call it its proper name. Taste the blood of Dracula, which in my eyes is a step down. Now, I do know originally Christopher Lee wasn't going to star in this role. He had enough, he didn't want to do anymore. Didn't want to do anymore. And there was an actor, well known, he's sadly no longer with us. He played in a comedy show called J. John in the late 80s. And he was famous for being, a couple of years before he did this, Frankenstein. The Horrors of Frankenstein, which I mean, he played a good role, and he's in this as well. Well, originally, he was going to play the role of Dracula. But Warner Buffers wanted, and they begged, and they pleaded for Christopher Lee to prize his role. So he decided, fuck it, money talks, why not? So instead, he got a lighter lead, which I thought was the same, because I like the character in this. So, how does it start? It starts when you've got this guy trying to sell shit, your typical reading and dealing, a bit like a Del Boy. And you've got this guy's a bit on the slow side, not being horrible, that's what he is. He's going, death, death. Because he ain't going to sell, they kick him out of the fucking horse and cart. He wanders along in the woods, and that's when you see Dracula falling on that big dock of toss. It basically just shows bits from the ending of Dracula Returns from the Grave. Remember when I mentioned it? He gets stuck on that toss, and you see the blood coming from his face. There's all that little bit, and then it turns to dust. The dies a bit like a Del Boy, finds Dracula's belongings, and then it starts up with Chase the Arse of Dracula. Might as well be that. So then you've got that other guy, the one who originally was going to play the role of Dracula. I like him, find him an interesting character. It kind of pisses me off that they kill him off. So you've got these three people who are just fucking assholes. Arsehole 1, Arsehole 2, and Arsehole 3. One of them I think I've seen before. Well, if you remember the Bond films, when Roger Moore was playing Bond and he had this guy in it, it was a bit up at our snooper. And I think it was in the first one of Timothy Dalton's. He's in this. He first made his appearance. I can't think of his name now, his character name, that is. He made his first appearance in The Spy Who Loves Me, and then appeared in a few of Roger Moore's Bond films. He's not that big an arsehole in this and all, Snoopy died. But apparently people, apparently he does charity work. But it's hilarious, this. It is fucking hilarious. Because his idea of charity work is going to whorehouses. I'll say it again. Going to whorehouses. Oh well, they all say charity pretends at home. And he beats his wife, and he levers and beats up his daughter, and he's strict, and he's a fucking prick. Says a lot about him. Now you got another guy, you might have seen him before. Well, think of Foddick and Jommit. He did the voice to Foddick and Jommit. And he also appeared in Last of the Summer Rhine. He's in this. I think this must be knob as the other ones. But the biggest knob is the one I just said. Beats up his kid dead strict. Yes, I know it's the olden times. Kids should be seen and not heard and all that. It's based on the 18th century. But he's just strict. He's just a prick. He's a prick. And it says a lot because it's charity work. He doesn't even give the kids anything. He throws them a little bit of peanuts and he just wants to sit on his ass, get pissed and have slappers. Now, I do know originally some of the nudity was cut on this when it originally was aired on artificial TV. That's all times have changed now, and showing tits nowadays on TV isn't a big deal, but back then they cut away the nudity. I have to say I've got the uncut one, even though now you can see it in its uncut form. So the guy comes in, he's a bit of a chat the lad, and he says, why don't you sell your soul to the devil? So they go to the cemetery, he cuts his hand, the one who I found was interesting character. None of them want to drink blood. He thinks blood, he has an epileptic fucking fit, might as well do, he has a panic attack. And their way of saving him is to kick the shit out of him. I'm not making it up, they kick the shit out of him and beat him to death. So his body's lying on the floor, turns to dust, and then out comes our mate Dracula, played again by Christopher Lee. The only issue with this one is he had to go for revenge again. Revenge a fucking again. But he does kill him in bit he does ways. You got the dickhead dad who gets a suffle slammed on his head. You've got Die at the Last of the Summer Rain. Well, his daughter gets turned into a vampire. Right? Daughter turns into a vampire. Well, she slams a suffle on his chest. Blood comes squirting out everywhere. He dies. And the lad who was going to marry the daughter, he gets turned into a vampire. And he kills him. So you could say Dracula gets his revenge. And for some reason, he has the fancies of the one who's a dickhead. The one who gets suffle on his head by his own daughter. Well, for some reason, Dracula fancies her. And I can kind of see why. Type 2, it was a set turn in the days of the Hammer houses. And basically, he wants to turn her. So they've got the boyfriend in it, right? And he finds that out and he meets one of the guys, one who later gets stabbed. Well, before he dies, he left him a letter telling him to help her. This is the bit where we'll insult it because even though I'm not a lover of Chase of Blood of Dracula, it's not a bad story, except for the fucking stupid ending. I'm going to get to the stupid ending where I think it's stupid. Because what it is he goes to the cemetery to find that girl. Finds that girl. Dracula goes the fuck off after using her. Oh, he kills her mate. Don't ask me why, because he's a dick. And her hubby puts his trosses at one side. Dracula's trying to attack him. He smashes a window. He goes on panic mode. He has a panic attack. The stunt double, I would say, falls himself on this floor. Dracula looks like he's having an epileptic fit, and he fucking dies into when they make another Dracula film. And it just got me. Why would Dracula want his revenge over his servant, his man-joy, dying? That if the guy beating him to death wasn't very nice. But it just got me, why would Dracula want revenge over that? But it is what it is. It's just the way Dracula dies. He smashes a window. Has a panic attack. Sees the church looking all beautiful. Falls down. Brown bread. And I'm thinking, that's a bit fucking lame. I mean, number one, the original one, the original Dracula, Christopher Lee, moves blinds, the sun melts him. Even though people don't love how he died in Prince of Darkness, well, that was a better death. Even the scene in what's also the opening of this and the ending where Dracula Business on the Dave, what was I doing then? Dracula Business on the Dave, he falls on that dock off fucking Tross. I thought that was a bit of awesome death scene, but in this, come on, he smashes a window and falls to his death. I thought it was a bit fucking lame. So the lad gets to do, walk off, your typical happy ending. Judy decides to make another one, which in my eyes was a step up. That one being the Starsoft Dracula. But for this one, it's not a dud one, but it's not a bad one. That's why I'm not effing and jeffing. I'm not doing it the ultimate rant, because it's like I said last time, I just thought it was a disappointing ending. If you want to see a film done better than that, just watch the original Fright Night. You know, the scene with Pete Vincent and Charlie Brewster wants to save his dough. They smash the windows, the sun comes out and melts the vampire. I thought that was a better ending, and it was satisfying. In this, Dracula smashes one window, goes in panic mode, sees the church looking beautiful, goes in panic mode, falls himself down, or should I say the stunt double does, pretends to have a fit, dies, and that's it. I think it's a bit fucking lame, but apart from the stupid ending, I don't think it's that bad. It's also had the revenge again, but I do like the doing it. Pretty to look at. Your typical love story, which is like typical of the Hammer houses, I may add. But other than that, not that bad, but it's not that great. It's a little bit of a step down from Dracula Business from the Dave, but at the same time, compared to Dracula 72 and Dracula Pacific Rim Job, I both could watch taste the arse of Dracula as a time waster. But until then, be smart, be safe, and I'll see you soon.